If I could sit across my mother, not as a child, but as the woman I've become, I would say so many things, not with blame, but with understanding. Hey, beautiful soul, and welcome to another episode of Unshaken, a safe space to rise, rebuild, and thrive. And today we are diving deep. We are talking about motherhood, memory, and the wounds we carry silently. Not to shame anyone, but to set ourselves free. If you are a mom, a daughter, or someone who is still healing from the things that were never said, today's episode is for you. Many of us were raised by women who were doing their best with what they had. But what they had wasn't always what we needed. Some of us needed affection and God discipline. Some of us needed safety and God silence. Some of us just needed to be seen, and instead, we were told to be strong. I wish my mother knew that I wasn't being disrespectful when I asked questions. I just needed guidance. That when I cried easily, I wasn't being weak. I was sensitive, not broken. That when I got quiet, it wasn't attitude. It was me shutting down. There is so much we never said as children. So much we've talked away because you don't talk back or you don't challenge your elders. But the truth is, those unsaid things did not disappear. They shaped us. This is not about blaming our mothers. It's about seeing them as all women, not just as the title they carried. They were fighting battles we couldn't see. They had dreams that they never bloomed. They had trauma that never got therapy. And most times, they were mothering us while still needing to be mothered themselves. Healing starts when we shift from blame to understanding. I remember realizing one day my mom didn't fail me. She was functioning from an empty cup. And that moment softened something in me. It made me cry, but it also helped me forgive. You can love someone and still say, "You hurt me," in a way you didn't understand. You can honor your mother and still break the pattern she unknowingly passed on. So today, if I could tell her, really tell her, I would say, I wish you hugged me more. Not just when I was sick, but when I was silent. I wish you asked me how I felt, not just how I performed. I wish you let me be weak sometimes, so I didn't have to grow up thinking strength means silence. And maybe she would cry. Maybe she would explain. Maybe she would say, "I didn't know. I'm sorry." And that would be enough. Have you ever had that moment in your heart way you wanted to say something to your mother, not to attack, but to heal. Today, I invite you to write that letter. Write it even if she's no longer alive. Write it even if she will never read it. Because your healing doesn't need a permission, only your release. Many of us are now raising children with wounds we did not cause and trying not to pass them on. But here's the thing: healing mothers raise healing children, not perfect ones, not superwomen, just healing. Sometimes we say, I don't want to be like my mom, and that's fair. But don't just be different, be conscious. Because without awareness, we don't break the pattern, we just repaint it. Now, pause and ask yourself, do I listen to my children the way I wish I was heard? Do I comfort them in a way I craved as a child? Do I say I'm sorry to them the way I wish my mom had said to me? Being a healing mother doesn't mean you won't mess up. It means you're willing to make it right when you do. Let me leave you with some truth today. It's okay to grieve the love you didn't receive. That's not dishonor, that's honesty. You can forgive and still create healthy boundaries. Your story deserves to be heard, even if it shakes the family table. Motherhood is not modern. You are allowed to take care of your heart too. Being unshaken doesn't mean untouched. It means you're choosing to heal anyway. Let's speak some affirmation. I release the weight of what was never said. I speak what my inner child still needs to hear. I forgive what I understand and I grieve what I never got. I'm becoming the mother, the woman, the nurturer I always needed. I am healing. I am whole. I am unshaken. If this episode speaks to you, I would love to hear your story. Share this with a friend, a sister, or a mother who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Mothering while healing. It's going to be just as deep. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to rise. You just have to be willing. Until next time, stay grounded, stay growing, stay unshaken. Bye.